Hello everyone out there in the global and digital world. My name is Nicola. My spiritual name is Anandamali, and this is SpiritX channel where we explore modern day spirituality. So this video is the second part in the three-part series on how to organize your spiritual practice. You can watch those videos separately, you will still get some results, but for full results, I suggest you watch all the three videos or the full series. So in the previous video, I discussed how to organize your spiritual practice in terms of time. And today we are going to discuss how to organize our spiritual practice in terms of space. So just like with time, with space, we are going to divide space in concentric circles. So we are going to start with our home, then we are going to move to our neighborhood, then to our town or city, then to our country, and then to the whole globe or to the whole world, and see how from our home to the whole world we can utilize the space for our spiritual practice. We live in the secular world, so our approach to the world and the space is very materialistic. With spiritual practice, you need to make it a little bit more sacred, so that it can help your spiritual growth and unfolding. But here is how we start. We start from our home. So we are going to start with our individual self and go into concentric circles. So we start with our home. So home should be turned into a space for spiritual growth and unfolding. And I know I hear some complaints already, and please stop. So I hear complaints, oh, I cannot do that, I have children, my place is too small, too old, whatever. And I'm just asking you not to listen to those complaints of ego and of mind, and to listen to me just for a while. And here is the perspective that I offer when it comes to home and when it comes to spiritual practice. It's very important to practice regularly, and it's very important to turn home into, among other stuff, a place where we practice or where we hold spiritual frequency. And our home is a very rich environment, a very rich space. We eat there, we sleep there, we make love there, we raise children there, we rest there, we have arguments there, we watch television there, we read books there, etc. So it's a very rich space, and there are many perspectives of human life and human interaction coexisting there. So I'm just suggesting add one more perspective or one more dimension, the dimension that supports your spiritual growth and unfolding. So how do you do that? So in the home or at home, it's very important to have a place designated to your practice. In the room, on the deck, in the yard, in the living room and stuff like that. If you cannot do that all the time, you can transform it from time to time, let's say in the morning and in the evening, as into a space of practice. When I was a practitioner, I usually had my meditation cushion somewhere ready for me to meditate, or sometimes when it was a small home that was not possible, I usually put it somewhere where I can see it to remind me of my spiritual frequency and to remind me that I'm actually a spiritual practitioner. So it's very important that home resembles the fact that you're a spiritual practitioner. So you can put some images of teachers or guides or deities. You can have books. I always have statues. In the yard, I have several really big statues of Buddha and Mother Mary and stuff like that. So make sure that your home environment resembles the fact that you're serious about spiritual growth. And that's all. And just stick to it. So at home you live, at home you eat, at home you raise children, and at home you practice spirituality. And that's all. So the next concentric circle around the home would be your closest neighborhood. somewhere where you take walks, somewhere where you spend time with your family and stuff like that. So in your neighborhood, if you can have some route that is a little bit contemplative, or maybe where you practice cardio, or when you spend time with your family. So where I live now in Santa Cruz, California, I have a kind of route where I go for jogging, but I also have a route close to the creek where I go with my wife, where we connect, where we contemplate, when we spend some quality time in silence, etc. So your neighborhood is also included into the space where you practice spirituality. Another concentric circle would be your town, your city, or your broader area where you live, if you live in nature. So what are the spaces that can be utilized there? Well, find some yoga studios, meditation centers, Zen centers, ashrams, churches, cathedrals, etc. But also some cultural places such as coffee shops, art galleries, museums, libraries, and stuff like that. So everything that calms you down, contributes to your health, and everything which awakens your spiritual frequency counts there. With center and with temples and stuff like that, you can do practice with other people too, which is phenomenal. When it comes to the country level, I think every country is rich in terms of what it offers religiously, culturally, and spiritually. For instance, when I lived in Serbia, I would go to those medieval Orthodox Christian monasteries and spend some time with monks. That was totally extraordinary. When I moved to the US, I was attracted to those small towns that carry contemporary spiritual frequency, such as Boulder, Colorado, Sedona, Arizona, Santa Cruz, California, where I live now. I would go there on my own to do some events, and I would bring my family, just hang out there. It turned out to be very beneficial. So every country has to offer a lot when it comes to religion and spirituality. Just takes a little bit of putting on the agenda, a little bit of traveling, but benefits are enormous. And finally, the wider possible space that you can use for your spiritual growth and unfolding is actually the whole world, the whole globe. And what can I say on that topic? There is India, there is China, there is Italy, there is Burma, there is Costa Rica, there is Japan, there is Ireland, there is all of those extraordinary religious, natural, and spiritual places that you can visit. You can do pilgrimages, you can do events with other teachers, world-renowned teachers, and those travels can literally shift us forever in terms of our spiritual growth. So from our home to the whole world, the world is the space for spiritual growth and unfolding. And if you utilize it, I can guarantee you really extraordinary results. In my opinion, the most important thing is actually to turn home into that spiritual space and then to go further in concentric circles. And don't forget, the whole world is the place where we practice spirituality. That's all for this video. Thanks for your attention. In the next video, concluding video in the series, I'm going to talk about a general container for the spiritual practice. So stay tuned in. Please practice. Let me know what you think in the comments and if you have any further questions. Again, thanks for your attention, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.